What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, still waiting for the microphone. Be patient. Should be here in a couple of days. So, bear with the sound, the bad sound. Speaking of bad sound, man, how long has CrapGamer been doing YouTube videos? A long time, because I subbed to him when he was an Xbox. I don't know what he is now. There needs to be a new name. I mean, he's not a pony. I guess he's a donkey unicorn. But I try to keep the special elite idiots as donkey unicorns. You know, they just don't know any better. He knows. Maybe he is, because maybe I need to modify the definition of donkey unicorn, meaning one who flip-flop, obviously, to the pony side, but also not because of a sane reason. It's because they got their feelings hurt and they don't know how to kind of process what's happened to them, whether it be public humiliation. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius, first of his name. This is Sparta. I know they're different movies. I'm just saying. Phil did his Thug Dizzle. Barely did anything. He said, huh? What? And then Crap was like, what? And he's still crying. And so now he's going on days and days and days of resign you bum or something. He's basically harassing him on Twitter. For real. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a grown ass man acting like this. Is it an act? Or does he really feel this way? Now, for me, I try to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, this person can't be this dumb, CrapGamer. He can't be this dumb to actually, this has to be an act. This has to be a troll. This has to be not real. Honestly, and that's where I stop, because I'm like, I don't have enough synapses firing. Synapses? That's not how you say it, but you know, synapse. Firing to allocate any spare sparks to them knuckleheads. But yeah, he's been on Twitter. And then this one other person who he broke it down. He spit science, and he exactly defined what CrapGamer was. It was a long post. I took a screenshot so I could get his Twitter so I could follow him, because I want to screenshot it, you know, for real. And I was like, yeah, because Alex did a video and he went through it, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much. And so, like, what CrapGamer is doing, what Tim Dog was doing, I think he's calmed down a little bit. What Reforged does, they're doing it they're doing it because they want to be like right. That's one of the points. They want to be right. They want to. I mean, it's not about loving video games. It's about, for CrapGamer, was about his damaged ego and how he can't get over it, or jilted lover in Tim Dog's case, I guess, whatever. And I'm like, y'all are just taking this a little too personal. Just saying. And there's other stuff in there. Maybe I'll do a specific video about it, reading it out and going through it. I used to do videos like that, but yeah, that takes a little bit extra. And if I do a video like that, probably won't have me on camera, so I think that might be better. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll try to hook up my microphone and stuff and do it at the crib. So you know, that happened. And like I said, I mean, Reforged is a good example, because he's always right? You ever like listen to him? He's like, no, it's about facts. It's about this. Blah, blah, blah. And he says all these things, all these nice big words, nice sentences. But you know, and he's fooling some people. I mean, he fooled me at first, but I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying. I was just like, oh, this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about. See how it works? I mean, it's the same with me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. But I admit it though. I be like, nah, maybe, just like that, you know, because listen, there's too much drama in the LBC. It's kind of hard being ES to the GWE. Sorry about that. So, and we're not in the LBG, we're in the FLA. I didn't feel like round one night. Anyway, so yeah, that happened. And then Doom the Dark Ages, I did a video on that already. It's getting good scores, 90s and 100s and 5s out of 5s and all that stuff. I forgot what the aggregate score is right now, but another banger from Xbox. Dude, this is turning. It's not even June yet. This is only the first half of the year. We got bang, 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 bangers. What PlayStation you got? Zero. Meanwhile, The Last of Us TV show is going down the tubes. Mainly because I think people don't like, what's her face? Ramsey. Bella Ramsey? Yeah, that's her name. They don't like her. Maybe it's because her face. Maybe because she doesn't. I mean, that whole I'm gonna be a dad line was kind of. And then the sexual finger stuff, the finger thing. That's gross because they all dirty. And then did she just get bit? Right? Don't she got like spores or something on her fingertip? How Dina not got it? Is she immune too? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not even watching that show. I'm like, I mean, everybody says it looks great, design, special effects, everything's cool, but the acting with Bella Ramsey, I'm like, yeah, wait till Abby is the star in a couple episodes in season 3. You'll see. Actually, I'll probably pick up. Maybe that depends on how the character is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I think bottom line for the show is kind of showcasing the problems with the game and the game story and how it was handled, and they're handling the show kind of worse because we're just talking about the story and the acting, not so much the set design and all that stuff is perfect. Nobody has a problem with that, but it's like, yo, this is and so how are they gonna do the sex scene with Abby? You know, raw. I guess they're raw dog. I don't know how that worked out in Apocalypse. I mean, they already had a kind of sex scene with Ellie and Dina, kind of, sort of. I hope she had some, like, get some sanitation, some something. Anyway, yeah. But it's yeah. I mean, that, like, the reason why I was talking about The Last of Us is because the Fallout just wrapped season 2, principal photography, and now they got to do effects for a year, which is a good thing because I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take you. Okay, good. Take your time, make it look good, because the first season was dope. That's a really good show, and I don't even like Fallout like that. I like Fallout was like, I'll play it, and I played it. I finished Fallout 3. I was like, okay. Then I started Fallout 4, and I was like, I just don't care, really, because how they depicted the wasteland, like, the graphics are really bad in Fallout 4, 3, 4. It just don't look. I mean, it's not pretty because it's a wasteland, post-apocalyptic. It's supposed to look garbage and stuff, right? But that plus bad textures, giant polygonal trees, and it didn't look good. And then the camera, the Bethesda cameras, and you're talking to a ghoul, and like, and I think that's the only problem with me with Fallout is that the presentation isn't there for me to be like, yo, let's go. Because I remember I went back to Fallout 4, and I was like, oh, they got mods, let's go, boo. I got the invisibility, and I got the jetpack and all that stuff, and I was flying all over the place, and I was like, this is crazy, just to break the game. And then when you do that, I was in one of the cities, wherever the stadium is, I think around there, and I flew up where you're not supposed to, obviously, because you never fly that high. So I flew way up into the buildings and stuff, and I like landed on some platform. There was a platform up there, and it was just like mud, no textures or nothing. It was just like, blech. I was like, yeah, this makes it feel even worse. But you know, that was just me breaking the game. It's all good. But one thing I will say about Bethesda, I'm glad they do the mods, because that's what makes me want to even play those games. For real, for real. I mean, I play it and I'm like, okay, I'm bored. Mods, Millennium Falcon, Mandalorian. That's what I did. That was the Mandalorian flying the Millennium Falcon. And then it broke, so I got to go back and try to fix it. But yeah, man, it's good. It's good stuff. Games. I'm still playing Expedition 33. Dude, I got to that one boss, right? I was at the one boss. He was messing me up. The trumpet dude, the trumpet dude. He's like, bah, bah, bah. And he was waxing me only because I was missing the timing on the blocks and the parries. I was doing mostly blocks because I believe the block has a wider window. So I was doing blocks and blocks, and I got to I was Gustav, that's his name. G was dead, and his sister was dead, and I only had the Asian chick, right? Like she was like, and she had like 42 health. I'm like, man, I'm about to die again. I was like, either I heal myself, or I hit him. I hit him with the stuff. And so I think did I attack him or did I do a special move? I can't remember what I did, but I think this is what happened, and this is why I was like, yo, this game. He was attacking me, right, and I had like 42 health, like so. He was gonna kill me if he got a hit in. So I like dodged, parried, dodged, and I got all three because it was one of those triple attacks. I was like, yes. And then I hit him with the last attack and I killed him. I was like, oh my god, and I ran right back to a flag. I was like, I got the rest. Okay, everybody reset. I got rest. I need to go back to see if he respawned, but that man, it took me a couple days to kill him. I fought him like maybe five times. 5-6 times. I guess that's not a lot, but you know, I would fight him once, and I'm like, oh, he's way too powerful. I wouldn't even get half his health down. Then I see the thing about Expedition 33 is you really have to plan. So what I was doing, I was shooting first. I would use all my shots, and then I would do like attack. But that's not what you should do, because when you use your shots, it takes away from your special moves, right? So, and there's a meter on the bottom of your health, and then there's another meter for when you, I forgot what they're called, when you dodge or you parry, it gives you a power up point. I don't know what it's called. So I stopped doing that, and I was like, okay, let me just start doing the thing. And then the Asian chick and what's her name, sister, man, they so powerful. The dude is the weakest dude. He's whack. I'm like, man, okay, I'll keep him there for, I don't know, to draw aggro or something, which doesn't work because it's like, it feels like it's random, but it's not, because you gotta look at the side. But yeah, man, I started, you know, kind of plotting and say, okay, I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna do a shield for everybody. I'm gonna do the earth thing that hits all the monsters. And then there's these other ones that have like little like mines that are floating above them. You shoot the mine and it does damage, but first you got to shoot the weak spot to, you know, hurt them, and it takes a lot of damage. So you do that, and then you shoot the mine. It's pretty cool. It is an evolution of turn-based in a way that it kind of melds together turn-based plus Souls-like, if that makes sense. Like as far as like when you go to camp and you rest, it resets all the monsters. That's that. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of that aspect of it is fine, because when you fight the monsters, it's not a pain in the ass. And that's the one thing I never really liked about the Souls-like games, is like it's animation priority. So if a dude is swinging at you, you roll or you're done. You know what I'm saying? There's no interrupting animations and all this stuff. So I always have a problem with that. I mean, I guess it's the arcade dude in me, where I like more frenetic stuff, but whatever. But yeah, Expedition 33 is dope. Doom's coming out soon. What's today? I think it's coming in a couple days, or next week. I'm gonna play that Game Pass. Yeah, man, it's a lot of cool stuff, and these donkey unicorns. There's a bunch of donkey unicorns in the comments talking about. It's a tangent. talking about Xbox third party, we won, give it up, whatever. I'm like, and I was gonna go and comment back, but I was like, I don't want to get into a back and forth really, so I'll probably do a separate video about that idea that these donkey unicorns and ponies are having, that they won, PlayStation won because Xbox changed their strategy and now is making more money and charge. And you know what the funny thing about that is? The price hikes, right? So the price hikes don't affect me personally because I don't really buy games that much. If I really want a game, I'll buy it, but it's gonna be special edition with a statue and all that stuff, but that's a rarity. I don't think I've ever bought one of those. I bought a couple of steelbooks back in the day, but never a statue. But I'm not opposed to that. So I'm on Game Pass, so I pay my $20 a month. Boom. The $80 doesn't affect me. But who does it affect? Specifically, directly, ponies and donkey unicorns, because they have to pay for those games on PlayStation 5. So while they're bragging about getting the games, Microsoft is like, you bragging? Y'all like to buy games? Ching ching. Pay us more. Boom. And they didn't have to do that, but Nintendo was like, yeah, we're gonna raise prices, and Sony was already raising prices here and there. And it's like, well, why are we gonna be the dumbasses to not do what everybody else is doing in the industry? And people are mad at Microsoft, and I mean, they were mad at everybody for raising prices, but if everybody raises prices, you're in the industry, right? Everybody's raising prices, which means that the perceived value of these things are going up because everybody's raising prices. It's not necessarily perceived value, but it's their perceived value, the companies, right? And so it is on them to prove that is worth $80 now. If it's not going to sell well, period. You know, and then they'll drop the price, and then maybe it'll sell more. Who knows? But you know, we'll get to that bridge whenever. But the whole market is dictating that the new top medium price is $80. That's the new price. Now, not every game's gonna be that. Obviously, Claire Obscure was 50, right? I don't know what Doom's gonna be. I think that's gonna be 70. You know, Donkey Kong's gonna be 70. So it's like, I think, did they say Ghost of Yote is gonna be 80? I thought I saw some. I heard Friends Per Second. They said it was 70, but that show was old. So I think the new news was that it was gonna be 80. So I was like, so is Sony jumping on the bandwagon? Of course they are. Come on, son. Of course they're gonna jump on the bandwagon because they want to make that money too. But yeah, I mean, they're being real quiet. They're good at being quiet, and they're gonna try to be as quiet as possible when they raise in prices. They're gonna raise prices, trust me. Especially before the holiday. They're just gonna bide their time, wait a little bit. They should have done it. Well, I think I know why they didn't do it right after Microsoft, is because they don't want to take the focus away from Microsoft being a bad company for raising the prices, which is fine, but now they're going to be solely focused. But the thing about that is people are used to Sony raising prices, which is kind of idiotic because it's still bad. Just because they've done it before and you expect it doesn't mean they get a pass, right? So, you know, it's you know, whatever. I mean, they don't offer anything like Game Pass, so they had a gas over there, them donkey unicorns and ponies. But I'm chilling. I'm gonna be good. And like I said, if there is a game that I want, I will. If I don't want the special edition, I just want the actual physical. Even though the game's probably not on the disc and all that stuff, I'll wait till a super sale. I'll wait years and years, and I'm like, oh, it's freaking at Walmart and $5 bin, and just scoop it up, if it even exists at that point. But I mean, at this point, I don't really see a reason for collecting physical units, physical games. Hardware is different. Hardware is, you know, it's an actual tangible piece of machine. But honestly, games are just digital. Like, you just gotta look at the PC side. They've been digital for years and years and years, probably 10 years now, probably more than 10 years. And there's no issues over there. Mainly because, I mean, Alex kind of touched on this. You got places like GOG that give you the license. They give you the game. You take the game, you put it on your hard drive, and it's DRM free. There's no nothing. You can play it offline. It's yours. Or he said pirate. And I was like, you know what? He's not wrong. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. The only way to preserve the games that these people are taking out of your freaking libraries, like you wake up one morning like, hey, how come all my games are gone? Because we said we don't want you to have them no more. It's like, okay, well, I paid for them though. Too bad. The only way to save them or preserve them is to either not take that console online, or what you could do is copy those games to a secondary hard drive, if it's possible, and just say put that away somewhere, and don't connect that drive to anything internet, and so that you'll have the actual file. I don't know if you could pull an ISO off of a digital file like that, digital game. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't see why not, but I don't know. That's a question that's a good question. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the allures of having physical is like you could just you could create an ISO and then have it, make copies or whatever. I mean, that's basically piracy, but it's for you. It isn't against the law to make a backup of I don't know about games, but I think movies you were allowed to make one backup or something like that. I can't remember what the actual law was. But obviously you can't copy it and distribute it and sell it. That's come on, son. But ultimately, all this stuff is kind of fleeting. It is very important that we archive these things. It's just like film and stuff. What was the first film? Oh, it's a train. I mean, that was in America. And the first film was, I think I saw it. I was watching a podcast or something. They're talking about magicians. I think it was in Europe somewhere. I think it was France. They used to use like movie projection for some of their illusions and stuff. I think that's what I gleaned from the little snippet. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And that predated the railroad train choo-choo movie. Anyway, sorry for the super ramble tangent. But anyway, I appreciate your hands showing. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think about CrapGamer being the dumbass. I mean, I'm a dumbass too, but he takes it to another level. And why doesn't he have a microphone? Listen, I don't even have a microphone right now, and this is just the phone speakers, microphone. Sound better than him. It sounds like he is in the toilet on a landline phone talking about, oh yeah, and then some spin, and then I like Gears of War, and then they got me a 360 because they saw Gears of War and Cliff Presenting and blah blah blah. Oh my gosh. Retire, you bum. Oh my gosh, he's such a booty head. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with him? Guess he needs to, I was gonna say grow up, but he just needs a little bit of age on him. He needs to go through some stuff. Then he can say, oh, this video game stuff ain't that serious. There's more serious things than harassing the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Dude, I know Phil's not gonna do anything. If this was the Britannia Albion, or if this was anybody else, dude, imagine if Phil went after him like, yo, man, this fool is harassing me on Twitter. Can I do something? Can I go send some lawyers or something? Just send that booty after. Send that booty after. Take a chunk out of him. Got plenty of chunks. Anyway, peace. Check down next one too.